14, we all came together. Right now. Yes. And I'm sure that Gil has particularly good memories of that song. Actually, it's funny because he grew up in New York, and that song reminds me of when I visited my father in New York as a kid, because it was on WABC, Radio 77. Trivia that means nothing to anyone else, but there you go. Actually, I would like to reintroduce Gil Singer, who is going to hand out the next Family Flame Award after he tells us what he thinks of the Youngbloods. This is his chance.
Okay, smart man. There's a couple of things that Ward said that are inaccurate. First one is I never grew up, so I get that. The second thing is you realize how old you are when you know every single word to every single song that Rick has sung today. You know, I thought you were supposed to be stoned when you listened to that stuff. But that was 50 years ago.
Kind is the new stone.
There we go. This is an amazing community, seriously. And volunteerism is what makes this community run. And I've had the privilege of living in this town for 40 years. And this is the best volunteer community, any place, anywhere, anytime. But it's not only the volunteers, it's the people in the social services system here who beat their brains in, who work their rear ends off, whether it's in the, whether it's on the police force, the sheriff's office, whether it's for child welfare, whether it's for seniors. They beat their brains in. The hours are long. It's hard to keep up good morale. The wages, quite candidly, are low. And what they do is so important. Way more important than anything I do. I've been a lawyer in this town for 39 years. I don't compare anything I do with as being important compared to what y'all do. Not even close. So, you know, to introduce a volunteer of the year is a big deal, because in this town that really means something. We're going to take a look at this year's winner through the video.
Hello, didn't see you there. My name is Brian Cruikshank, and I nominate Margaret Jennings for Volunteer of the Year. Margaret Jennings goes to City Life Church in Tampa, Florida. She hasn't always been going there, but since she has, she's been one of the best volunteers that church has. She stuffs envelopes every week, and she encourages all of her other parishioners to give back to the church. For those reasons, I nominate Margaret Jennings for Volunteer of the Year. Thank you.
Is Margaret here? Yes?
No, she couldn't make it.
Well, that's okay, because the certificate did, and I'm sure that Brian will make sure that, or Paul will make sure that that she finds it in good shape. Don't do anything to it, guys. Okay. In any case, Gil, thank you very much. This man is so modest, but he spoke mostly true, except for the part where he says that what he does isn't important. I looked at his resume. I actually hired the FBI to do a background. No, I didn't. But if I were to have done that, this guy would have been even more impressive than I know. Thank you, Gil, and thank you for being a member of our board. The great thing about our next video is that it illustrates how you can have two people earn a Family Flame Award at the same time. This has never happened before. I've never felt this way about a video until right now.
Is Ronnie Murray, and I would like to nominate my wife, Sheila Murray, for the Kindness Award. This woman is outstanding. We have triplet grandsons plus 2 other granddaughters who live with us, And I tell you, whether it's getting up early in the morning, whether it's washing clothes, keeping that washing machine running every day, making sure they have clean clothes, cooking in the kitchen during long hours to make sure they have something to eat, or whether it's running to grab some pizza. Just a number of things that she does, and always there for me as well. I don't know how she does it. And on top of this, it's been about 2 years since we've had the kids here with us, all 5 kids, and not one single time has she ever complained about it. Not one single time has she complained. She cares and expresses concern and love for these kids, and it's just amazing. It blows me away, and I'm just so glad she's my wife.
And from his mouth, you see what kind of guy he is. See, that's what I'm saying. I saw this video and I thought, wait a minute, you know, but they will just have to split the certificate. And I'm sure they'll have no problem doing that. I've come to learn, and I talked to Ron actually a couple days ago, and he did think he was going to be here, but I've come to learn that he's also a great friend of Jada McMillan, who, I don't know, this does not surprise me at all, knowing Jada, and so she will make sure that Sheila gets the certificate, and we are very grateful for that video and for the 2 of them. Speaking of volunteering, this next video illustrates how kind people volunteered to make a wrong go right.
Which video are you wanting? This one? This one?
We are wanting the one, yes, the
We responded to a call for service where Michael had run off from his mom. He was having a tough time. The reason he was still upset is because his mom normally drops him off at a day facility, and he had, I think it was like 19 of his video games that were stolen.
Because of his autism, this is how he communicates with people, this is how he bonds, and this is how he connects. I immediately reached out to the community. Target and Walmart were quick to jump in and donate most of what Michael had stolen. Let's check this room out.
Operator answers the phone, or when we answer the radio, we have no idea what we're about to get into. We don't know if it's going to negatively impact somebody or positively impact somebody. Today we're in total control of that. This is a positive impact that we're about to have on somebody, and sometimes it's cleansing for the soul to be able to do that for somebody.
I am very surprised and very proud that we have gentlemen to whom the video games were given.